What was the scariest and your most favorite horror movie of last year? I would love to hear. So let me know in the comments below. So today I will be counting down the top 20 best horror movies of last year, 2021. In my opinion, of course. From number 10 up to number 1. Then I will be giving you a quick rundown of numbers 11 through to number 20. Without further delay, let's begin. Starting things off at number 10, we have Halloween Kills, which is part 2 in a 3-part trilogy. Part 1 was Halloween, which was released in 2018, and part 3, Halloween Ends, is supposed to release in October of this year. So in this movie, Michael Myers unbelievably survives after it was believed that he was killed in part 1, and he is now making his way across town towards his old home and leaving a trail of dead bodies along the way. So the town, being fed up of being tormented by Michael Myers over these years, decides it's their turn to hunt him down and take revenge. At number 9 we have The Power. And no, it is not referring to some mystical or magical superpowers. It is actually referring to electricity. So in 1974, England was experiencing a lot of electrical blackouts. And at the same time, a trainee nurse had to be working in a very vacant and scary and obviously haunted hospital. If you have seen Saint Maud, for some reason, this movie just kind of have the same kind of tone to it. It reminds me a lot of Saint Maud. And I did a review of Saint Maud and The Power on this channel, so if you are interested to hear what they are about in detail, do go and check them out. I'll make me tell you something. So you all want to sit down in this up, but to now watch my review. You say anyhow, you don't subscribe and press the bell and then sitting there and share all my video and them thing there. No one gets out alive. Number 8 movie is No One Gets Out Alive. This is about a young woman from Mexico who illegally enters into America, and while facing a lot of personal struggles and trials, she ends up renting a room in a dilapidated tenement building, which she later finds out is not only very haunted, but that no one gets out alive. This movie was written by Adam Neville, the same man who wrote The Ritual, which was released in 2017. Thus, the similarities in the two monsters. Only, in one movie it's a male, and in the other it's a female. Also, if you look and listen very carefully, right now, a reporter is actually mentioning the 4 friends that went missing in The Ritual.
Coming up next, we find out what really happened to the 4
The number 7 movie is The Unholy. A woman who was mute not only mysteriously starts talking, but also starts healing the sick. She gives credit for these powers to the Holy Mary, only to find out that it was not Mary, but actually a sinister entity with ulterior motives.
Do you believe in miracles? Do you have faith in Mary?
Yes.
Then walk.
Number 6, The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. This one is directly tied into the Amityville horror story, as the man who was arrested for committing the murders blamed it on demonic possession, and therefore supernatural investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren were called in to investigate. This was the first one not to be directed by James Wan, and it was not as good as the first two. However, it still was a good watch. And now we're into the top 5. Number 5, Paranormal Activity, Next of Kin. In this movie, a young woman who was abandoned by her mother as a baby travels to a secluded Amish community along with a documentary film crew seeking answers. And as you guessed, something goes wrong and all hell breaks loose. The only issue I had with this movie, I'm not sure it can be necessarily labeled as a fault, but it's just that there wasn't actually much paranormal activity. As like in the first movies, there were actually, things moving all by itself and stuff like that. It was just like a totally different horror movie all by itself. However, it was good and I definitely did enjoy it, and there was a lot of scares. Number 4, Last Night in Soho. This one is unique. It is very different in more ways than one and has a style of its own. So this young woman, who's an aspiring fashion designer, each night she goes to sleep, she vividly dreams about murders that actually took place way back in the past, only to discover that she's somehow connected to these murders. And the reveals and twists along the way are very interesting. This one was definitely a good watch and a lot of fun. And now we are into the top 3. And the number 3 movie is Son. S-O-N.
I feel better now, Mom.
And just like the number 5 movie on this list, which is Paranormal Activity Next of Kin, in this movie, a young woman also escapes from a cult at a young age. However, whereas in Paranormal Activity, it was the woman who went back in search of and located the cult after years had passed, in this movie, it is the other way around. It is them who went in search of and found her. However, it was not her that they were really after. It was actually her son. As when she left the cult, she was actually pregnant. And apparently, they have big plans for him. So one night, they decide to pay an uninvited visit. And from there on then, all hell breaks loose. Holding down the second spot, we have Saint Maud. Maud is an extremely devoted Christian nurse who is hired as caregiver to a retired dancer. And Maud believes that it is her duty at all costs, no matter what, to save this dancer's soul. The level of devotion that Maud has for Christianity, and some things that she does and some things that happen unexpectedly, are going to take you completely off guard. They are totally shocking, especially the ending. This is one of the most memorable endings you will see in a horror movie. If you like A24 movies, you will definitely enjoy this one, as it is some sort of a slow burn, but it definitely keeps you interested the whole way. As I said, I did a review of this movie on this channel, so you can go and check it out. And holding down the number 1 spot as the best horror movie of 2021, which also happens to be my favorite, is Malignant. And just like our number 4 pick, Last Night in Soho, this is also about a woman who has vivid dreams about murders when she goes to sleep at night. However, whereas in Last Night in Soho, the woman dreams about murders from the past, in this movie, Malignant, the woman actually dreams about murders while they are happening. This movie was directed by James Wan, the same director who gave us movies like Saw, Insidious, and The Conjuring 1 and 2, so you know that it is good. It has mystery, suspense, a very shocking reveal, and a whole bunch of action, as it is actually an action horror suspense movie. You will definitely enjoy this one, and I did a review of this movie also, so do go and check it out. So that was number 10 up to number 1. Now I'm going to give you a quick rundown of numbers 11 to 20. Do remember to subscribe and leave me a thumbs up, and also to go and check out my video for the top 25 best movies of 2021. See you again soon.